All right. Shalom, shalom. All honor, praise, glory be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, especially my elder of me and my own temple teaching guide me personally. Shalom, Barakathon, to other brothers I labor with in true faith and in sincerity, and the other hopefully like out there doing the same. Lord, this can be edifying and or exhorting. This is titled, and I'll be going over the Israelites were scattered because of disobedience, being hard-headed, etc., for being a stiff-necked people, right? We're gonna start here. 2nd Esdras 2 and 1. Thus saith the Lord, I brought this people out of bondage, and I gave them my commandments by men servants the prophets, whom they would not hear, but despised my counsel. See, he gave us the instruction, the way to be, the holy laws, the holy commandments, the royal law, the royal commandment, as it says too. Quick side point. Is it royal law? Right. James 2 and 8. If he fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, you do well. Okay? So that was the point of that. But yeah, so he gave us the royal law, the holy law, to be separate and everything, but we despised it and was disobedient. All right, he brought us out of bondage, took us from Egypt, gave us commandments. Yeah, we was hard-headed, right? So I'm in 2nd Esdras 2, and I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna just read through actually. Verse 2, the mother that bare them saith unto me, Go your way, ye children, for I am a widow and forsaken. I brought you up with gladness, but with sorrow and heaviness have I lost you. For ye have sinned before the Lord your God, and done that thing that is evil before him. But what shall I do now unto you? I am a widow and forsaken. Go your way, O my children, and ask for mercy of the Lord. As for me, O Father, I call upon thee a witness over the mother of these children, which will not keep my covenant. The point is in 7. That thou bring them to confusion and their mother to a spoil, that there may be no offspring of them. And here's the point. That was all for context, right? So verse 7. Let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant. See? Disobedience, he scattered us abroad among the heathen. Names put out of the earth. Called all types of, names. Bywords, proverbs, bywords. Israelites are nowhere to be found today, right? This is what they say, Israelites are whoever, they say all type of stuff, right? So let's go to Deuteronomy 1 and 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. Right? These be the words which Moses spake to Israel. Jump down to 3. And it came to pass in the 14th year, in the 11th month, on the first day of the month, that Moses spake unto the children of Israel, according to all that the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, had given him in commandment unto them. Now, jumping to 15, because Moses is, speaking to Israel, as verse 1 say. Verse 3 says, Moses is speaking the commandments that the Lord told him to give to them. As it says here, gave you my covenants by men servants. Who's that men servant? Moses, the prophet, right? But they despised it, as it goes on to say, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, that disobedience, you're gonna have these curses come upon you if you disobedient. Whole lot of curses, and one of them, you will be scattered abroad. And to touch on this real quick, right here, verse 7 in 2 Corinthians 2 and 7 says, let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant. Just touch on the name part. 37, verse 28, Deuteronomy 28 and 7. Now I'm going to jump down to the scattering point. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword. Proverb and a byword among all nations, who the Lord shall lead thee. It's part of your name getting put out the earth. It's getting covered up with other names, lost languages and everything. Took on the ways of the heathen. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Part of the curses. Still, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all the people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So, among the heathen, we'll be doing these things like today. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease. Among these nations, the other nations, among the heathens. It said, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and a failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind, for being disobedient, scattered abroad among the heathens. All right. Let me get a couple more scriptures going into this, showing that we were actually scattered. The Israelites are among the heathen. Some of the premier scriptures discussing that. Yeah, be quick and close out shortly. James 1:1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. And they got scattered abroad for that disobedience. So now, you got to write to the 12 tribes of Israel that Moses already spoke to before, that were disobedient, that are now among the heathen. Okay. Next one, which will be 1 Peter. Alright, 1:1. Peter, an apostle of Yahushua Mashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontius, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Elect, and it continues on. Elect, according to the foreknowledge of God the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience and the sprinkling of the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. Grace unto you and peace be multiplied. Verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Yahushua HaMashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontius, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. And he gets specific. It's been brought out for years. If you go into this word scattered, diaspora. Tells you what exactly, the scattering. It said of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations, which was written about to happen to them if they were disobedient. Of the Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles. The real Gentiles is what it's talking about right there. And the Christians. Who are the Christians? The Israelites. Christians are the ones that are followers of the Messiah. The Israelites, the real Christians, among the Gentiles. And it's an example, because I brought out, as you see, James 1:1, 1 Peter 1 and 1 Peter 1:1, and also it's an example right here in John, right, with that word dispersed, being diaspora as well. John 7:35, being called Gentiles. John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, Slakia. That's how I was gonna read context. John 7:33. Then said Yahweh Shai unto them, Yet a little while am I with you, then I go unto him that sent me. Ye shall seek me and shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come. We know what that's talking about. But in verse 35, it goes to show you that it was an old thing, like I said before. So it says, Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Going into that word dispersed, diaspora as well, and it says the same thing. Scattering, Israelites dispersed among foreign nations, but the Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles. So it's this curse, we got scattered abroad among the heathen, follow their ways and worship other gods, etc., because we're disobedient. So that was the point. So Lord willing, edifying, endure, exhorting. Shalom.